Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your comments and everything. Kisses to all of you. This is going to be a quick video. I hope you enjoyed the other one. Kisses to all of you. Oh, okay. So most of you wanted me to know that Harry didn't lose, or he didn't lose the IPP fight. Okay. Got it. Harry is in a lot of court cases, a lot of them. But whatever court case he was in today, sounds like it didn't go in his favor at all. So it's not good that he's losing court cases. And why is Harry doing court cases anyway? It's just the most stupidest, crazy. It's just stupid that Harry would be fighting his own battles. So I was watching Sean Neal, and I heard that no one's over there getting the message. I heard she's still whining and crying that King Charles hasn't reached out publicly. So is the Sussex squad waiting for this is so stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. The Sussex squad is stupid. It's like you cannot look at this woman and not say that there's something wrong here and try to ignore the things that she has done. Just completely, let's just ignore everything that Meghan has done and said and caused anguish and pain and all of that to others. Let's just ignore that and let's talk about Meghan's needs and wants and her feelings. No one cares about Meghan's feelings and wants anymore. I'm sorry, they don't. Candace has told us. Candace, Meghan Kelly, Whoopi Goldberg, Piers Morgan, newscasters, you name it, they're coming. No one is praising her other than Gail. And I know Candace wanted to say, if anyone, like she said, if anyone is backing these two or praising these two or saying anything positive about these two are sick. And that no one should support these two. You want privacy, then you don't want privacy. You want privacy, but then all of a sudden, you're stirring up stuff to be in the limelight. Well, yes, Candace, she's done that, and she's lied on the royal family, said that they were racist. She was suicidal and the whole bit. And then Candace is just pissed off. Mostly people, especially when I'm telling you, more and more starts coming out that, oh my God, did they really try to stage a paparazzi chase? Like the same thing that happened to his mom is the same thing that's happening to them two right now in New York City with Meghan. And they're doubling down on their story. Neil Sean said it, and I'm so glad someone did. That 2-hour chase is not going to be able to sit there. Like the racism. I'm sorry, the racism can sit there all day long, obviously. Because it just can. Because it is. Meghan and them are not backing. No, Meghan and them are. Unfortunately, the United States is a little different. Meghan is not going to be able to just walk away or pretend or buckle down or hide away or do whatever she normally does when she does stupid stuff like this. They're going to have to come out with something a little bit more substantial to settle everyone's curiosity and everything about that chase. Because Meghan still has it out there that they were going that's out there. The statement hasn't changed. And just because the spokesperson has come out and said 2 words, that doesn't talk about the incident. And the saga continues. It's not going anywhere for her. This is not going anywhere for her. And she can pretend and hope that it goes away without her saying anything. But they're going to have to put out a statement. Or you lied. You basically lied, and you left the lie out there into believing us. There's no evidence of it. And so it's not going to sit out there like, oh, let's just let it sit on the sidewalk and people will forget about it. It will never go away. Meghan's reputation, it's over. There's no brand. There's no reputation. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. The only thing that Meghan has left is trashing the royal family. So if that is what her and Harry's MO is, then that's what we're about to see. Because they're not going to make any money speeching. Who are they going to speak to? The people in New York? The New York... First of all, like I said in the beginning, the paparazzi community, I'm sure, is pissed off at Meghan for crying wolf. Oh, come take our picture, but then don't. Come take our picture, but only take it here. Don't take it here. Don't follow us right here, but do this. You know, it's just like the media. You can say this about us, but you can't say this. Sussex Squad. How do you know so much about her? Because she talks too much. Because she tells me. We all know about Meghan because she just got because she was just in New York during a high-speed chase. And you should see the headlines. I saw it on Sean Neal's. It said high speed. It says chase in New York City, where 2 pedestrians and police officers almost got injured. And so you can't just put that out there and not fix it. And so, no. What right now is, it still stands that Meghan has lied. She hasn't retracted. She's doubling down on it, and that's my personal opinion. All my personal opinions. Is that, no, she's not going to change her story. She's going to continue to be the damsel in distress. And she really wants us to know that King Charles hasn't came out and said, I hope that they're okay. Why? So you can show that you're still relevant to the royal family, that you still have ties some kind of way because King Charles acknowledged that he was concerned about you. Let's think about this for a second. At first I was like, okay, so Neil Sean tells us that Neil Sean tells us that Obi Scobie wants us to know that King Charles hasn't reached out. But they're lying. Meghan is lying again. There she go lying. And see, the Americans, the U.S. doesn't reveal this kind of stuff. They don't talk about her stating that, that King Charles hasn't reached out yet. Not that it's not of interest. But no, nobody's listening to Obi Scobie. Everybody wants to know what this 2-hour chase was about. Where's the evidence? And if she lied, then, where's the evidence? That's what she needs to be worried about. Why is she over there trying to buckle down and be quiet and double down on this stuff? No. Candace was pissed. She had an attitude because she said she staged it. For people that are in positions that have a big following, like Megyn Kelly and Candace and some of the rest of them, like Whoopi Goldberg and so on, and the rest of them, are hearing her say these things about Meghan, and I'm sure they're like, whoa. because Megyn Kelly doesn't hold anything back. They called her a victimhood. She's, this privacy tour, lying. And I think Candace was pissed off because she's using Diana's death and I'm paraphrasing, to reenact her and Harry's tragedy. Why would you even want to be in the same situation that your mother was in and let your wife reenact it for you? Or even pretend or even show you or be like, oh, what if this happened? That's pretty much what she did. They were sitting in a taxi looking like idiots, not going anywhere. There wasn't any high-speed chase. There wasn't even any movement. And the police was there, so there wasn't anyone in duress. So while Gayle King is double downing and going in on this lie to help her girlfriend so she could get her on her show so she can interview with her because she's using her for her own personal gain to get the story. What story? The truth or her truth, Gayle? It's just pathetic. It is. That little, can you imagine? Like, I'm going to be the fly on the wall. I'm going to be the fly on the wall. I'm going to be on the fly on the wall all over there. With Meghan and Gayle talking on the phone, with they not talking on the phone, with Gayle by herself. Gayle is at home talking about, ooh, if I get that story, that would be really good for me and CNN and me and Charles if we could get that first story with Meghan. And we can treat it just like we treated it before. Just let her tell her truth. Because Meghan is not going to let you ask her anything that is challenging or that is going to be detrimental further to her reputation. Because there's no brand. Okay? There's no brand. And this is what I don't get. And then you guys can, and I don't mean to be in their money business because it ain't none of my business. But they bought a $14 million home and he had $100 million, they had $100 million contract with Netflix. Why didn't they just pay rent up for 5 years or something like that? And who's to say that they haven't? But there's money issues there because why would you ride around for 2 hours and not get a hotel and now you're complaining about how much the hotel room was? Because it sounded like to me that they were planning to go like you always do. They're going to New York. Realized that the suite that they wanted to stay in was too much. So they were demanding the Carlisle give them a discount. But the Carlisle said, no, we're not giving you that big of a discount. Stories may vary. The point is that they didn't get a hotel. And so they decided to say with a friend, maybe Gayle, fly on the wall. So Meghan, wouldn't it be great? You can come on the show. This was before the 2-hour chase. You can come on the show and you can talk about your awards and, what you've been doing lately and all this other stuff. Now she can't. All of you have the best comments ever. You take your time, you write some great stuff. I appreciate it all. I have been pinning your post to the top, and sometimes I might change it out to someone else's pin post. But take a look at the pin post, because some of the pin posts what it does for me, it explains a little bit more about what I'm saying. And if I have it wrong, or like about Harry's court case, I don't know which court case it is, and I'm not keeping up with that. I'm not going to keep up with Harry and his court cases. This is how I'm going to bring it to you. He lost in court today. And this particular one, he's not going to be able to pay for his security on his own. That don't even sound like that's something that Harry would do. It don't. It don't sound like that's something him and Meghan would do. Because remember, they were going to come over here and make their own money, and they wanted to be independent. And then we'll let you guys go. Remember, she was like, we put out a statement, and we didn't want the Queen, to be blindsided. Yes, you did. You blindsided the Queen with the statement, because the Queen did not know the statement was coming out. And so they were in scrambling mode, trying to figure out what they were going to do with these two idiots, because they were over there making up their own decisions, because Meghan couldn't wait anymore. She was over there getting upset with everybody because she was ready to go. She didn't want to be over there no more. Now, at first she was suicidal, because that's what she said. But now, at this particular time, it's just time to go. Like, I'm not waiting. And so, if talking about the royal family, don't want to sit down with us and discuss this last proposal, because remember when they had those 5 options? You can't tell me the IPP wasn't one of those, the IPP status was one of those options. Because Meghan didn't want to give up the benefits. Because Harry had already told her in the bed while they was up at night whispering about the security and the titles and all this stuff that they were planning to do on the Oprah show. The Queen had already told him, you can't be in and out. Harry, you either in this family or you out of this family. If you decide to leave this family, we can't protect you the way we could if you were still in the family. And they both knew that. And that's probably why the Queen called her mad. Because she is. Yep. But Harry is mad at her because he listened to it. I'm going to listen. He listened. He followed the leader, and he didn't got his... How did I get myself into this? Look at your woman that you're sleeping with every day. If y'all sleeping together, because word on the street is you at the hotel. After you done all this stuff for her, all this stuff, went against your family, called them racist. You've been living with them people for 50 years, 30, 40, 34 years, and you didn't know your family was racist? Meghan opened up your intellectualness and showed you that they were racist. Oh, but then you came out and said that Meghan didn't call your family racist and it was unconscious bias. When did she say that? No, Meghan's games and her fairy tale and this story that she was going to tell us and try to control how we think and feel about her through the media and through everything else have failed. And those that still had a verdict out on her still wanted to see if this was if she would make it, if she would be successful, things started going really bad the day it happened. The next day when journalists were saying this, they could have been great. They could have done something great. That ship sailed alone. That could have never been great. That is the stupidness. How could they be great with this woman next to him? Behind every great woman, behind every good man, there's a good woman to help him or to lead him or to guide him or to, support him along the way. There's no support. Was she in court today? No, he's always on her arm, but when he needs her, she's never on his arm. Wasn't he at the award show? Wasn't he in the backseat of that taxi looking like he didn't belong? He looked like he had snuck out the house to go hang out with friends and they had just got caught. And they were trying to get home before their mom and dad woke up. Idiots. You are no longer looked at anything other than an idiot. And that influencer award, she might as well just give that back to her. Go ahead, put it on your shelf. and think that you have arrived. Let her. Because there's no award, like Redbird said, there's no award, nothing that she buys, nothing that she does. Nothing is going to change the rottenness inside her. Nothing's going to change her, this emptiness that South Park looks. Ain't nothing in there. Nothing. I'm out of here, guys. I know I went on a rant, but this is who we're talking about. This is who we are talking about. When I get ready to start feeling sorry for her, because it's coming quick. A little bit there. You'll know it. Kisses.